awesome.
What's your favorite condom? Rib?
Small. Very small.
Can you tell us about Wrecking Ball?
Wrecking Ball?
Yeah.
You've heard the song Wrecking Ball?
No, I haven't. The only thing I've ever heard from you is Carlos gave me a little 8 songs.
How do you know about Wrecking Ball?
I went to your website and it said that you were putting out something called Wrecking Ball.
You mean like the new EP?
Right.
The whole thing.
Right.
Oh, it's yeah, we're putting it out with CI Records out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and it's going to be distributed through Revelation, so maybe it'll get in some stores. And it's basically, we had this last EP that a guy in England put out, Boss Tunage.
All right.
And we took a couple of songs off that, and then some stuff that we recorded at the Blasting Room in Colorado with the Descendants and All People, and then some other like surprises that are pretty cool. And we're supposed to have copies of it ourselves, but we don't because everybody always drops the ball in the music business.
Right.
So we have nothing. Right. But it should be out by May.
All right. What about Return of the Island of No Return?
I don't know who's going to put that out. It's our next record. We got a lot of really good songs for it, but it's so hard to find a label anymore.
Right.
I find like all these independent labels to be more like the majors than the majors anymore. They you know, you got like the labels that sound like if you don't sound like the flogging drop kicks or whatever, then you're not on that one.
Right.
And if you don't have like SoundScan numbers.
Right.
So it's really hard. So we have this great record that's in the making, and we have a couple of options to put it out, but nothing that would like rock anybody's world, you know.
Right.
And well, just put it out and go out on tour again, you know.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What about the Dag Nasty comp? Are you still doing that? And what song did you have planned?
I don't know what song we have. It's down to a few, and I can't even like tell you what they are because may as well keep it up to a surprise. But,
right.
But we're down to a couple. They're both Smalley songs, so yeah, it's gonna be cool. I think we got it pretty well wired.
That's awesome.
You know, we might not do it as well as they did, but we'll do it.
Right. That's awesome. Your home is New York. Can you explain the inception of the Pavers? How you guys came together?
That's kind of funny. The Pavers. I was in a band called Goodbye Harry.
Right.
After I quit all. And Goodbye Harry, we moved back to my hometown because my hometown is economically so depressed that they're basically giving houses away. And since I'm a musician and dirt poor, I could afford to buy one.
Right.
So I bought a house there, and it was such a shithole that nobody came. So it was me and my wife, my kids, and my dogs, and nothing else. And then Tim, the one guitar player, would call and not leave a message because he heard I was around and thought, you know, maybe I would sing with his band. And finally my wife got pissed off and Star 69'd him, and he had to fess up.
Right.
So I went and watched their practice, and they were really good, and they had really cool songs. And I thought that would mix with the songs that I write, and one thing led to another, and now it's awesome. This is the funnest I've ever had playing music.
Awesome.
Yeah. So even if it doesn't fly, I don't really give that much of a shit because, I mean, I gotta feed my kids, so I hope it does. But
right.
But I feel 20 years younger.
Oh yeah. Right.
It's great.
What real jobs have you had?
Well, I did auto maintenance at a rental car place in Hollywood. I did. I move furniture. I'm always moving furniture. That's like, I think I'm better at that than music. I wash dishes. I'm trying to think if there's anything weird, but there really isn't.
All right.
Just shit jobs. Nothing good.
If your path in life was to be a serial killer, who would you be and why?
I'm not really familiar with a lot of serial killers, honestly.
That's cool.
So I guess path in life is to be a serial killer.
Yeah, I have to ask you silly questions too, because Dave.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
No, that's a good question. If I was more up on serial killers, if I was going to be a serial killer, I think I would be Ed Gein.
All right.
Because he had a nipple belt.
I just asked him the one about the serial killers. You want to ask him?
No, I didn't see the movie. But I know he had a nipple belt, so if I was
that would be the next one right there. I'd end up with a nipple belt. I asked all those right there. Can you read my writing?
Worst show you ever played?
Oh,
tonight. It is the same question.
That's different. You want to read them too? I asked different
Worst
questions.
show I ever played. I know where it was. It was in Florida. It was in Miami. A bunch of fucking skinheads came when I was in all. They yanked our one roadie into the crowd and they hit him on the head with some brass knuckles. And I jumped in and they pummeled the fuck out of me and yeah, they were just complete dicks, and that was where it was.
Right.
Yeah, Miami.
Awesome. Boba Fett.
Boba Fett, why did you say that?
Because I read the last.
Why did you say Boba Fett?
He's probably reading my questions.
We've been talking about Boba Fett for like 3 days. We were talking about if Boba Fett's dad got called in by the guidance counselor, and the guidance counselor goes, Mr. Fett, Boba's doing bad in school. And we were just laughing like crazy about that. And then you just say Boba Fett.
I read the.
That's not even a lie.
I read this interview and
Sorry.
I read this interview and like Paul goes, like I'm at work on the phone, like I had a little headset doing tech support, and I read the interview and Paul says something about, like he says, who would you be in Star Wars? And like he goes, I'd be
weird.
Jabba the Hutt because I like frogs. Like I was fucking laughing out loud. Like I'm answering the phone. You'd have to know him, I guess, but fucking
that's weird.
Most ridiculous shit.
You don't know how weird this is, though. Well, anyway, I'd be Ed Gein because you'd end up with a nipple belt. If I was going to kill people, I have to end up with something. And a nipple belt's pretty cool.
What about a fake woman suit? And he did that too, didn't he?
Did he do that?
Yeah.
Is that where they got that?
Like he sewed it together. Yeah.
Lambs?
Yeah. So what are you currently listening to? I'm gonna go drink a beer.
What am I currently listening to? I don't listen to much. I listen to shit, what else? I've been in a big argument because I like that System of a Down record a lot. And everybody's been fighting me about that. So, but I like the first one better. Or I don't know if it's the first one, but the one before this. But I listen to Frank Zappa lately. Only because I used to listen to him all the time in high school. And it reminds me of being young. So I don't know. Everything sucks. I hate everything. I really do. I hate everything that I hear. So.
What book are you currently reading? Do you read?
This is a bad time to ask that because right now I'm reading the last Harry Potter book.
That's cool.
I love those books. They're to me they're amazing.
All right.
I mean, I have 2 kids. Maybe that's what the influence is, but with everything that's going on, and I don't know about the rest of the world, but I'm fucking scared to death, and it might be because I have children.
All right.
But I'm really frightened right now. I don't think it's. I think it's going to get. It could get really horrible, and I like to read silly books about wizards right now.
That's cool. That's awesome. How many releases do you guys have out?
2. We have a Local 1500 and then Beautiful EP. Do you have both of those?
No, I just have the Local 1500.
Well, I'll give you one when we get. And then there'll be Wrecking Ball coming up, and then hopefully Return to the Island No Return will be out soon. I don't know what we're gonna do with it, but it's gonna be such a good record. It would be a record that if I weren't in the band, I would probably like, and that's saying something because, like I said, I fucking hate everything.
Where does the name The Pavers come from?
It's a brick. It's a brick you make a driveway out of. I thought it sounded like a good band. There's nothing more special than that.
That's cool. What is your favorite green vegetable?
Brussels sprouts. That's easy.
Awesome. Where do you see your band in 5 years?
Jesus, that's almost a scary question because then I have to face the facts.
Right.
I'll tell you what I would like to see. I would like to see when I would go see the Ramones, to me, they just changed my whole world. And even if I don't, it wasn't even so much how they played, it was like what they looked like.
And how much fun
Just
people
what
had.
they did, yeah.
Right.
And you know, you live in a world right now, and this is really getting kind of aside from your question, but that you live in a world where kids that want for nothing and have everything in the world and live in the suburbs go to school with guns because they feel like they've somehow lost out.
Right.
And you just go, fucking morons. Have you learned nothing from the world? I mean, we live in a country that pretty much eats and drinks and consumes everything, and you got people killing each other because some jock asshole picked on them.
Right.
And then I would go to the Ramones and they would sing about the beach, you know, or sniffing glue.
Right.
And so, like I see for this band, In My Greatest World is playing for 1,200 people forever about sniffing glue and going to the beach.
There you go. Awesome.
So that's what I see.
Have you ever had a mullet?
You know what? No. I wanted one, I think, in like 1982. No, I never had a mullet.
Awesome. What's the first piece of music that you ever bought?
You mean record? Mm-hmm. Elton Britt.
All right.
He's a country and western singer, and he yodels a lot.
All right.
And my grandma, I didn't buy it though. My grandma bought it for me. Does that count? It's the first record I ever had.
All right.
And you know, I still like that record a lot, which is kind of weird because I bought a lot after that are horrible.
Right.
So, but the first one was a winner.
Awesome. What is in your CD collection that most people wouldn't get?
Oh, wow. I don't know what people would guess about me. It would be kind of hard to say.
Well, since you play punk, most people would probably think you have a lot of punk.
I don't have a lot.
I go to a lot of punk shows, but I mostly have like a lot of metal in my.
My thing. I like very, very little of every single kind because most stuff is terrible.
Right.
Most people don't get their own ideas, and most of the stuff that you ever hear about, so you know, is somebody else's idea that they did worse. You know. So I mean, I have a lot of bluegrass music, and I have a lot of I have a lot of. I love Willie Nelson. I mean, I like really good songwriters, like the one Bob Marley record, Uprising. It's really weird about Bob Marley because Uprising, I love every song on that record, and it's like a glue in when I'm vacuuming or whatever.
Right.
But I don't like any of the other stuff.
Oh,
you know?
yeah,
So it's hard to say.
Yeah.
I would say, I guess bluegrass. I don't know. I mean, that's when I was tell me a joke. I know 1,000 jokes, but you just asked me, so I can't think of one.
Right. What is the most regrettable thing you've ever done after a night of partying?
Most regrettable thing I've ever done. Give me a second, because this is a good question, and I don't want to. Oh God, you have to think about what you humiliated, you know. When I was in college, there was a girl named Claire Helker, Helker, and she was beautiful. And I was just mad about her, just madly in love with this girl. And I was a drunk and a loser. I don't really drink. I drink a lot, but I don't. I just smoke pot and do lots of drugs, and so I was kind of a waste. I got through college, but I was a mess. And she didn't want to have a lot to do with me, and I got done with college, and I gave her flowers on her birthday. All this shit. It was ridiculous. It was really pathetic. And I came back because I was living with my parents a year later after I graduated, and I came back for homecoming, and I went to this house that I used to hang out at, and we smoked pot all day long and just got drunk, and I was just absolutely seeing double, ridiculously drunk, and this girl came down to the house, Claire, and and she asked me to go to a party if I wanted to go to a party, and I couldn't even get to the bathroom. I was at the party, and I went to the party, walked up the hill with her. I couldn't believe she asked me. You know what I mean?
Right.
And this is really long. I don't know how you're gonna turn this into an interview.
That's all right.
But I'll tell you anyway because I'm drunk and you're asking me a question. And there was a place called the Red House, and we went up this hill, walked up, and I was trying so hard not to be drunk and not to be fucking stoned. You know the combination when you just do it wrong. And we got to the house, and I was trying. You know how if you're trying to act like you're not totally fucked up, you like.
Yeah, right.
Hop up on a step, or you just go like, yeah, I'm fine. Hey, maybe try to get up on a guardrail and walk, So I like hopped up on the step and caught my foot on the lip of the step, fell across the porch, and opened the door with my face. I hit the door, and the door hit me like this and flew open into the party, and both of my nostrils were bleeding.
God damn.
And my nose was swelled up immediately.
Oh yeah.
And I just got up and said goodnight and walked home. and I still wake up in the middle of the night, sit up, bolt upright, you know what I mean? Going, God, I can't believe I did that. But I hope maybe she's fat and ugly now.
Right.
No, wait. Maybe she's just. I don't want to make. I know some fat girls that I find very attractive. So maybe she's just somebody I wouldn't be turned on by.
All right. How many shows have the Pavers played?
I don't know, a lot. We play all the time.
How long have you been around?
3 years.
3 years?
Yeah.
All right. Do you go out of states and stuff? Have you been out of states as a Pavers, or do you just do
We have not been to Europe yet, no.
All right.
I'm working on that, though.
All right.
Yeah, because this boss tunage is out of England, and he's working actually on Japan, too, so
All right.
keep my fingers crossed.
What is the goriest thing you've ever seen?
Easy. When I was in a hole, I had to go home to see, or to get a bus. We had a school bus that my dad built for us and made bunks in and all that shit. And I had to go home and get it. I left from Indianapolis. And actually, if you have some time when we're not doing an interview, I'll tell you the whole story because it's pretty cool.
Right.
But I had to take a train. Did I say a bus? No, I was getting a bus. I had to take a train from Indianapolis to Chicago. Getting into Chicago, and I don't know if you're familiar with Goodbye Harry, but do you know the song, God, I don't even know the name of it. The one about the train, If I Can Smoke. You know what I'm talking about? It's called a Mob Style, it's called. All right, it's not on that one. Anyway, okay, it was a really long night, blah, 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 blah. A lot of stuff happened. I was really tired. The train stops about 10 miles outside Chicago. Good night. Thank you for coming. See you next time. We stopped. There's an ice storm, all this wild shit. Now we thought it was ice on the tracks, right? And this is the weirdest part is that I was sitting against the window, and I looked down and there's a pair of legs sticking out from under the train.
God damn.
Yeah, and I thought it was a guy under fixing the train or something. I was totally like, it never occurred to me, right? And we're watching, and eventually these cops roll up, walking down the track. They grab the guy and they pull him out, and there's no head, nothing.
Shit. God,
I could see everything. I could see the whole thing, and they throw a sheet over it, and I guess what they said was that the mob, it was a mob style killing, which is how the song that we did was called Mob Style. What they do is they kill somebody and they put them on the tracks and hope they'll be mangled so you can't tell who they are. So he was probably already dead.
Or anything like that.
Yeah. The weirdest part about it was though that there was it was like an ice storm and the sun was up in the sky. It was really sunny, but there was ice everywhere. And there was this really fat Chicago cop with a homicide on the back of his coat, standing because the wind would they get the body with no head covered off, and then the wind would blow the thing off it, and then all of a sudden there'd be this big gory headless thing again. I go, ah. So there was this big fat cop standing like with his shoulders between his legs, holding the thing down, smoking a cigarette with a big fat stomach. And I thought, man, if I had a black and white, camera, I'd be on the cover of Life magazine. But
Awesome.
I didn't have one. That's the goriest thing I've ever seen. And I saw a guy in Miami get stabbed in the face.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucked up. What does punk mean to you? The big one.
Well, punk has been so polluted at this point. I mean, to me anymore, punk is a haircut, and it doesn't really. I don't know. I mean, I guess punk is just something that somebody came up with, just like the card companies came up with Mother's Day.
Right.
You know, I mean, if you can find anything more punk than Little Richard, who was a homosexual transvestite that wore makeup and he was black in the 50s, you know, and no one would call him punk ever.
Right.
So punk to me is nothing. I would call my band punk if somebody asked me if they were like a friend of my mom's, because it would give them some indication. But I mean, if Black Flag is punk and Green Day's punk, what the fuck is punk?
Anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, come on, see the Pavers and buy a record or two, and don't be so ready to like I see a lot of kids wearing like record label shirts.
Right.
And that never used to happen. The SST couldn't exist right now like it used to, because no one would take that kind of a chance and just put music out that they liked. So don't wear the record label shirts, and don't go, I want to get a fat record. Go out and see a band. If you don't like them, then don't like them. Don't feel like you have to. If you do like them, then maybe go buy a CD and try to keep, because the way the music business is headed right now, even the good stuff is getting bad, you know. And I don't think that's necessarily, I'm not like Mr. Pessimist, but it's going to take everybody. I don't think a lot of people realize just how bored they are with music, you know. Give it a chance and see if you can. You don't have to be the Pavers, you know. Maybe you don't like the Pavers. We're not the most eclectic thing out there, but have an open mind, and don't ever listen to Creed, and don't ever listen to Limp Bizkit, and don't listen to anything that Fred Durst ever discovered, like Stained or Puddle of Fuck or whatever.
Exactly.
Fuck all that.
Exactly.
Let's try to make the music thing happen again, because we're just as angry and bored as we ever were.
All right.